It's NBT Reacts, where you submit your examples of horrible, awful, miserable, boring trainings, and I respond in real time to diagnose what went wrong and how we could fix it for the next time. I'm Adam Spack, certified no boring trainer. Today we have a video submission. Let's dive in.
Here's my bad training story. It's nothing traumatic, no words of warning needed, it's just bad. I recently got trained by somebody on how to use a website tool. I set up people's websites all the time in Squarespace, in Wix and WordPress, and although I'm not a website designer, I know how to use them and I know how to edit websites.
Okay, so let's stop right there. Anytime you're delivering training, you have to think about the background and experience level of your audience. They're going to come into your meeting with all manner of different experiences, from utter and complete novice to pro level user, maybe even knowing more than you do. And you have to be aware of that. And I suspect I know where this one's going.
So that should have been clear if the person had looked me up on LinkedIn or the other person that was in the call who's also a marketing expert.
So now we have two marketing experts that are utilizing some piece of software here. And I suspect what this scenario is that either they've purchased a piece of software and some amount of free training comes with the purchase of that software, or one of their clients has requested the use of this software and they're getting a little bit of skills training to get up to speed on this particular software. But listen to what they said if they would have looked me up on LinkedIn. So this is a great reminder for trainers of you've got to get an understanding of your participants before they walk into the room or before that meeting starts. Now, if this is a case where the organization that sells the software also provides some amount of free training, my guess is this trainer didn't coordinate this meeting. They just got a meeting invite on their calendar and said, you're going to do this session at this time. So whoever coordinated this meeting, set it up, facilitated it, there should have been some process in place where information about this participant's skill level was captured and transmitted to the trainer. That should be happening in the background so the trainer doesn't get ambushed. But even if that didn't take place, or this is just a freelance trainer just happens to know about this software, that doesn't stop the trainer from asking at the beginning of the session, what do y'all know about this software? Or tell me a little bit about your backgrounds, just something to kind of get a quick snapshot. So either something broke down in the organization's processes, or maybe there isn't a process, or this trainer dropped the ball and didn't even ask. Either way, they should have, to recognize that these are a couple, maybe not expert level, but certainly very strong background where you can maybe skip ahead over the basics. So watch more.
But they didn't. That's fine. I probably do a lot more research than a lot of other people do before calls. But when he got on the call to train us on how to use the website, which should have been, here's your login, here are the different functionalities that are not the same as Wix or whatever other tool, became, rather than a 30-minute call and like nice to meet you, became like an hour and something training where we were just listening to this person show us how to make text bold within a blog post or how to add a hyperlink within a web page. It was just infuriating.
Infuriating. That's the kind of word you'd like to have on your trainer evaluation at the end of the session. This guy made me infuriated. Clearly, this is, again, it's exactly what I thought was unfolding here. So the trainer didn't bother to ask at the beginning of the session, and the organization didn't have a structure to capture the information. And here's the end result. The trainer launches in at the ABC level, the very basic foundational levels, and they're talking about how to copy and paste and bold and add in a hyperlink, which these individuals clearly already know. And it left them torqued, ticked off, irritated, infuriated. And that's absolutely not the kind of experience you want your learners to have. And by the way, is there anybody who's used a computer literally since the time of Ronald Reagan being president that doesn't know how to do these basics of copy, paste, bold, how to do a link, something like that? The basic foundational skills are pretty transferable from software to software to software to software. So why any amount of time would have been invested on that is a bit beyond me. And it could well be that there was some complete breakdown in the process, that this session was at such a basic level.
And it's not to say that we didn't hint at this. Of course, the trainer could have asked us at the beginning, how much do you know about websites? But
ask at the beginning. It's a great idea.
Both of us said on different occasions, like, oh yeah, this is really similar to things I've done in WordPress. And like, yeah, this is how, yeah, I've done a lot of website editing before. So
here you have two participants that are politely saying, yeah, we know. Where they're making it clear, they're signaling that they want to go faster. And the trainer didn't pick up on that. And what an abject failure that is. I mean, when you're delivering training, you have to be really absorbing and paying attention to what your participants are signaling to you. That could be literally outright what they say. It could be their body language. It could be they start shifting around in their chair. It could be that their attention on camera is very intense, and then over time throughout the session it drifts off. They maybe quit taking notes, whatever. But when they start signaling, quite literally saying, yes, 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 we know how to do this thing, and you don't pick up on it, that's not good. And that makes a disconnect between you and your learners. So you have to listen. You got to pay attention. You got to observe, and you got to be taking in information while you're helping guide your participants to knowledge.
We just got this like explanation for dummies throughout the whole time.
We got an explanation for dummies. What a great feedback survey that individual is going to get. They infuriated me and treated me like I was a dummy. Yeah, that's what you want on your evaluation score at the end.
We were on the phone call until I said, hey, do you want to just, respect for your time, do you want to just show us the things that are really different to like Kajabi? I don't know, just any other website tool that we might have used. Can you just show us what's really different there? And then it clicked for him. But we'd already wasted so much time. That's on me for not speaking up.
We already wasted so much time. So again, this poor individual is feeling infuriated, treated like they were a dummy, and they wasted their time. That's bang up job there, trainer. I disagree though with this participant's assertion that it was on them for not speaking up. No, you're taking ownership for your actions, and I get that part. This is 100% on the trainer. The trainer could have very easily avoided this whole situation by asking a couple questions at the beginning of the session. What do you know about this software already? What's your experience level? And what are you wanting to achieve out of this session? What do you want to walk away from the session with? Those three questions will take a couple minutes to get through. And in the moment, the trainer can adjust their training plan to more closely meet the needs of the participants. So just three questions from the trainer would have solved all this. I'll also put a little bit of blame if this is truly a scenario where an organization set up this meeting for the trainer. They should have been capturing this information too. But the last person to blame in this whole chain of events is the participant themselves. No, I don't agree with that at all.
But also, how do you say to someone, can you stop patronizing me?
Can you stop patronizing me? Oh my goodness. So here you have a situation where the trainer didn't do basic fundamental trainer stuff. Clarify the session objective, get an idea of what the participant's background is, even just a simple couple questions at the beginning of the session. They didn't pay attention to the clues or the cues that they were being given. My guess is this trainer has probably given this training 47 trillion times, and they are so abjectly bored out of their mind that they have a curricula over here, and they are just gonna go down that list no matter what. And that's not the kind of individual that you want doing training. So if this is truly a situation where this participant bought some software and the training is provided as a service. That is not the kind of trainer you want in your organization. Not only has this participant had a horrible experience, but imagine how this is going to change their perception of that organization that sold them the software, if that's truly what's happened here. Imagine how this is going to color their view of that particular company. And what do you suppose the likelihood of wanting to continue to do business with them is going to be? Yeah, probably not great. Now, if this is a scenario where these participants have hired this trainer to give them a quick lesson on this particular software, what do you suppose the odds are of them hiring this individual literally ever again? And what do you suppose the reviews are going to be? And what do you suppose the word of mouth is going to be? Because I'd be willing to bet this particular individual has a pretty extensive network of other people that could have utilized this individual's services. I'm going to say the likelihood of that happening going forward is rather slim. So what's the final verdict? That is some awful training. That is just bad all the way around. And this participant has every right to walk away feeling not only that they've wasted their time, but personally offended at how they've been treated. So there you have it, the final verdict from NBT, awful training. If you want me to review your examples of horrible, awful, miserable, boring training, send them to the link you see on the screen, and I'll review in real time. In the meantime, if you give this video a thumbs up and go ahead and hit that subscribe button, you won't miss any future NBT content.